And they know the clutches of Shaitan on us. That's why their love is undying. Yeah, we do so many things to them. We persecute them. We lie to them. We deceive them. But their love still continues because they can't stop Allah Almighty's love for us. They can't stop that love because what would be the excuse? If Allah said, they say to Allah, "Oh Allah, your prophet, your inheritor, stop loving me." And that would happen to Jonah alayhi salam. He stopped loving the people. He left. And even though he was a prophet of Allah Almighty, because he stopped the love of the people from Allah Almighty, a whale ate his butt up. Sucked him up. Prophet of Allah Almighty. Allah said, don't you ever do that. Don't you ever stop that love I'm sending to them. And that's why those prophets have, and that's how the people were able to come into Islam. When the Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him, went into Mecca and his head was bowed and he could no longer, a year before, he couldn't make Hajj because everybody, all abominations, they were having orgies at the Kaaba. They were doing all kinds of decadent things at the Kaaba. And they were going to fight him at the Kaaba. And the Sahabas were ready to fight because they were like one with their prophet, peace be upon him. They said, we don't care. If you're going to insult our prophet, you're insulting Allah Almighty too, and us, because we believe in both of them. The prophet said no. Came back a year. They had some wars. There was one war that they had. It was the Battle of Badr. That's during that war. Before then, they would distinguish themselves. They were wearing their turbans, and they had the tail tucked like this, back on top of the turban like this. When those angels came, those angels was coming on horses, and there was only 313 of them that vanquished 3,000, and those Tazweens was coming like this. That's when the prophet took his stuff off. He knew now. He knew before, but he knew how gangster Allah Almighty was. That's when he started wearing the Tazween. And the Tazween with the turban is a meme. It's the Arabic letter meme. It's like a tadpole for death. Death to the ego. Death to our desires. Death to this world. And death to Satan. That's why they wore the crown of the prophet. That's why they wore the crown of the prophet. Peace be upon him. Anyone who's frightened to wear the crown of the prophet, you'll never have death on your ego. It's a big, big death on our ego. It's like a guillotine. It's like, you know, the guillotine where that thing come down, the big, not a sword, it's that big blade that comes down and chops your head off. Because Shaitan don't like it. It's a guillotine on the ego. In the midst of Shaitan's camp? What? Then red too? What? That's why they have all over the city, all over the country. Don't turn on red. It's a reason for that. It's a sign. It's a sign. And I have to say to you what I'm saying to you. Even if I was scared to say it and didn't want to say it or offend anyone, I have to say what is true. Must say it. So we're asking Allah Almighty to forgive us. He didn't have to woman off Tawfiq al-Fatiha. God come in the salat.